Today, we're diving into some of the most misunderstood texts in history. But we're not going to treat them like dusty, forgotten artifacts. Nope. We're going to look at them as a practical, honest-to-goodness toolkit for modern life. You know, when you hear the phrase lost books of the Bible, your mind just goes there, right? You picture secret councils, forbidden scrolls, knowledge so powerful it had to be locked away from the world. It's a fantastic story. But it's not the real one. And honestly, the truth is so much more interesting and a whole lot more useful. This is the key. This is the big reframe we need to make. Let's forget all the conspiracy theories for a minute. These ancient writings aren't some locked treasure chest. They are an open toolkit, just sitting there, full of incredible ideas for building a better life. Right here, right now. So what are we actually talking about here? It's not one single collection of books hidden in a vault somewhere. Lost books is really just a catch-all term for several very different groups of ancient writings. Okay, so this slide really breaks it all down and kind of demystifies the whole thing. We're basically looking at three main buckets. First up, you have the deuterocanonical books, also known as the Apocrypha. These are actually still in Catholic and Orthodox Bibles today. Then you've got these really influential Jewish texts from what's called the Second Temple period, like the Book of Enoch. And finally, there's the early Christian Apocrypha. These are alternative gospels and stories that were super popular back in the day, but just didn't make the final cut for the canon. So you see, they weren't really lost. They were more set aside. Okay, so we know what they are, but why should we care? Well, let's pull out a few examples of the powerful, practical wisdom that's hiding inside these texts. This is where the tools start to reveal themselves, and it gets really good. Let's start with this one. If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. Just let that sink in for a second. It's this fascinating, almost paradoxical idea that your salvation isn't some external thing you wait for, but something you actually have to dig out from inside yourself. And that quote, it comes from the Gospel of Thomas. Now, this isn't a story-based gospel like Matthew or Luke. It's a collection of sayings, and its central message is just incredibly modern. That radical self-knowledge, that bringing forth what is within you, is the absolute foundation for any real lasting change in your life. All right, here's another one. And wow, how timeless is that? I mean, in an age of social media, hot takes, and instant replies, this advice is more relevant than ever. And that image, disciplining your words like an army, that is just so vivid and powerful. This gem comes from the Book of Sirach, which is basically an ancient field manual for living a good, effective life. It is just packed with grounded, reality-based advice on everything: how to handle your money, your friendships, and especially the immense power of your words. Okay, now this is drama. It's a scene of conflict that honestly feels like it could have been written yesterday. You've got the established leader, Peter, and he is openly questioning the credibility of Mary Magdalene based entirely on her gender. Sound familiar? And this scene is from the Gospel of Mary. The crucial point here, the big idea the text is pushing, is that true leadership and real authority don't come from your rank or your social position. They come from your inner vision and your personal transformation. It's a direct challenge to the old, established power structures. So we've seen these incredible individual tools, right? Self-knowledge, disciplined speech, inner authority. But what happens if we stop seeing them as just scattered tips? What if they're actually pieces of a single coherent system for changing your reality? This slide shows that shift perfectly. We move from just having practical wisdom to having an active system. Self-knowledge isn't just a nice idea, it becomes the tool for actively shaping your inner reality. Speech discipline isn't just about being polite, it's a method for consciously creating with your words. And trusting your inner authority, that's your strategy for overcoming external doubt. It's a shift from passive advice to an active blueprint. And this is the heart of it. We're not talking about some fluffy, wishful thinking here. This isn't just about putting pictures on a vision board and hoping for the best. This is a grounded, serious practice of aligning your inner world so profoundly with your vision that it actually begins to shape your outer world. It has weight. It has gravity. So what does this look like in practice? How do we do it? Well, here it is, a 10-step blueprint. A sequence for putting this ancient toolkit into action, derived straight from the wisdom in these incredible texts. The first 5 steps, these are all about building the foundation. It all starts inside. Number 1, Purify your inner world. You have to guard what you let in. 2. Establish a sacred structure. This could be a weekly day of rest or a morning ritual, some kind of rhythm. 3. Move your feet. Take one small, concrete step because you have to be in motion. 4. Align with wisdom. This means you ask for clarity and integrity, not just for a specific outcome. And 5. The huge one from Sirach. Speak only what you want to grow. Your words are literally seeds for your future.
Okay, once that foundation is solid, you start to build on it. Step 6, trust your inner authority, just like Mary did. You listen to your intuition over the noise of external doubt. 7, grow into the blessing. You have to build the character strong enough to handle the success you're asking for. 8, dare to diverge. This is a big one. You have to be willing to break from old identities that just don't fit your new vision. 9, reset your life structure. This means making actual, concrete changes to your habits, your routines, your environment. And finally, number 10, visualize your future, but not just a daydream. You use that vivid imagination to fuel disciplined, real-world action.
And there you have it. That's the blueprint. We've taken these ancient, often misunderstood texts, and we've actually transformed them from some kind of hidden lore into a toolkit that you can pick up and use tomorrow.
I mean, just think about the journey we just took together. We went from all the myths about forbidden knowledge all the way to a clear, actionable blueprint for using ancient wisdom to consciously design your life.
So, here's the bottom line. The toolkit is now open. It's sitting right here in front of you. You have the tools for inner work, for disciplined speech, for trusting your own intuition. The only question left is, which one are you going to pick up and use first?